Well, hey, I was really hoping you'd come by. I have heard that you're considering moving to Middle Tennessee, or actually you haven't decided where in Tennessee to come. I get it. It is so confusing and can be super complicated. It's really not, though. It's really not. I've simplified it down to a 5-step process that if you follow this strategy, I know you can do it too. So come on, let's go talk about it. Truly, if you're thinking of moving to Tennessee from anywhere outside of the state especially, you better come up with a game plan. There is so much to think about, but it truly can be simplified down to just a couple simple steps that if you follow them sequentially will lead you to the most seamless possible move. But there is a lot to think about. Do you own a home where you currently live? When will you sell that home? What's the market like where you sell it? What's the market like in this area you're coming to? And where the heck are you going to move to here? Please. So many of these steps people try to put before they really actually need to be put. So let's start from the very beginning. Come on up to the office. I'll talk you through it. Forgive me. I've asked you into my home and I don't even know who you are. So first, that leads me to that very first tip. I don't know if you're interested in moving to Tennessee. You might be here watching the show weekly, and if you're not, why aren't you? And if you're subscribed, you get a notification that every single week I do a show to talk about all things Nashville and to help you get acclimated to the city, to the location, to learning all things about Tennessee. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. But the first and foremost tip that you've got to do to get this strategy going to help you move easily into Tennessee is you've got to reach out to me. Send me a call, send me a text, send me an email, do whatever it takes. Emails I don't see as quickly. So you've got my numbers in here. Give me a text. Susan, we need to talk. We're thinking about moving to Tennessee and I really need some help from you. That's all it takes. Then what we'll do is we'll set up a time that's convenient for you and for me both so that we can set up a FaceTime if you happen to have an Apple product, or via Zoom or WhatsApp from anywhere, because I'm talking to people from all over the world. Canada was one of my last ones, Mexico, and somebody from France. That's pretty cool. But my French from high school, not good. At any rate, first up, reach out to me. Call, text, email, let me know. We're thinking about moving to Tennessee. We need to talk. We're going to set up that time for you and me and your significant family members who want to talk face to face. You've seen my crazy mug. You've seen how goofy I am. It's not the slightest bit scary. I want to see you face to face and I can ask you questions. I need to be able to know lots of questions answered to be able to help direct you to the best place. For example, your best friend's mother may say that the perfect place for you to live is going to be in Brentwood. Maybe it is Brentwood. Maybe they've been there for 25 years. They've raised their family in Brentwood forever, and it's the perfect place for them. And that's pretty much the only place they know, frankly, because those who live in Brentwood probably don't spend much time in Hendersonville or Mount Juliet or over in Dixon. They don't spend their time in the 8 surrounding counties that actually make up the Nashville SMSA. Again, if you've been part of this show, you know that Nashville covers a lot of territory, and there's some place for everyone. I've just got to help you figure out what the place for you is. But back to that uncle's mother's friend who's always lived in Brentwood. They may have moved to Brentwood when the prices were at a place a tenth of what they are now. So unless you're essentially $1 million buyer, Brentwood might not be the best fit for you. Doesn't mean there aren't a million other great places. It just means that takes some deep pockets. So how am I going to know how to direct you? Only way is to have that phone conversation. We will talk about your budget, what you think your budget is. How many people in the family? Are schools important? Do you want lake life? Do you want to be near a river? Do you want to be downtown with all the foodies? Do you go downtown on a regular basis? Do you want walking distance from coffee shops and the things you want to do? Or do you want to have 2 acres and to get away from it all? You know what you want. I know the questions I need to ask to help you figure out the best locations for you potentially. And the only way we can do that is not through email. I mean, giving me a long list of, I need 5 bedrooms, I want an open floor concept, I want white kitchen. Telling me those things doesn't tell me anything, because I can find that for you. Maybe it's in Memphis though, and you might work up in Clarksville. Get it? We need to have the broader range of things that you need. We'll pull it down into the funnel, and I can help locate the at least the county that you should be in. And from there, the world's going to open up even wider for us, but in the right places. Which leads me to step number 2. At the end of our phone call, I will have helped you narrow down based on your conversation, based on our conversation, and can kind of share with you what happens in each county and the distance to downtown Nashville. We can discuss so many different things in that 30, 45 minute, as long as you want kind of conversation, frankly, because that will help me narrow down for you some of the best locations to give you an idea of where to start looking. But truly, the real work and the real magic happens when you've done step 2, and that is reach out to a local lender. Now, let me tell you why it has to be a local lender. Here's what a home comes on the market, it looks like. Comes on the market on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday of a week as a coming soon. Our market is very, very fast, and there's a lot of people looking to be here, and there's a lot of competition for each and every home. So the home may come on the market as Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday is coming soon. It's not available to be seen until Thursday, maybe, probably Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then they're going to say, any and all offers are due Sunday, 6 p.m. or, you know what I mean, maybe Monday, 8 a.m. But there's a deadline for it. And then they're going to respond to all deadlines, offers, as of a new deadline. So you've got to get your P's and Q's together. But here's why a local lender is so freaking important. If I'm a seller sitting and listing at 6 offers, and 2 of them are from a lender who are maybe don't have the best reputation because in our last difficult economy, they didn't get loans closed. Or one is for a larger loan, but from a lender still that somebody don't really know, they're probably new to the business. Or another offer is from a lender that is really recognizable and has closed good loans for us realtors. We can say to our seller, look, I don't know this lender at all, but he's local. I do know this lender. He's closed so many loans for me. I've never had anything fail for him. He gave me a call with this offer saying, hey, I want you to know it looks good. He sent a pre-approval letter for this person for your piece of property. This is me talking to the seller. That offer looks so much better only because of the lender. Because the whole goal, it doesn't matter how much money you offer somebody. If the loan doesn't close, it's no good for the seller. So, putting on the buyer's hat, you want to do everything you can possibly do to be in the best stead to have your offer accepted. Let's make it easy for that seller to want to accept your offer. The best way to do that is use a local lender. Let me give you an example of what could have been a disaster last weekend. I had 3 different sets of customers wanting to make 3 different offers on the same Sunday, with Sunday deadlines, after we'd seen homes on Friday and Saturday. The decision was made, yes, let's make an offer on Chesapeake, let's make an offer, different people. They had been pre-approved with my lender, Brandon Carter. I'll show you. Brandon's awesome. But they'd been pre-approved with him already. But I needed, one of them had been approved for $1.4 million. Let's just say that. The house was not priced at $1.4 million. The house was actually priced at $1.2 million. Well, there's no way I want to hand the seller a pre-approval letter from Brandon saying, these people are approved for $1.4 million. How much do you think that house is going to have to sell for? Because they know they can buy it. No, what I wanted to do was get a pre-approval letter now for this specific home, this specific address, this specific amount of money that we're offering, or the escalation clause that we're offering to that max. We needed to know to assure that seller that, yes, if you accept our offer, it will be accepted. Saturday afternoon, last week, after 4 p.m., I needed 3 different letters from Brandon to submit for our deadlines that were Sunday. How many of you think you can reach out to your Wells Fargo or your big box bank? Or you just can't do it. You can't get a weekend help on something specific like that, and that specifically is what you need to be able to have your offer be an acceptable offer. So, step 2, I'm going to share with you, all right, I know a whole lot about you, and I know how I should set up your search. What I don't know is how much money we can spend. We know how much you think you can spend. How much can you spend? That's where it's important. And in a rising interest rate environment that we're in right now, although it is still super low, it is a rising environment. So we need to know exactly what you can afford based on today's rates. I'm going to give you Brandon's information. You can have a quick call with him. And I have several other people to recommend. I'm just using his name. He will send you a link. You can fill out his online application. Brandon then, after he's done that, is going to send me some information saying, Susan, I've checked out all the information that they've given me. Based on this, you should be able to be fine looking up to a maximum sales price of this. That's what he tells me. Then that's going to lead me to step 3. But I'm not going to step 3, and you frankly really want me to because you want to start seeing houses, right? I'm not going to go to step 3 until I've heard from Brandon. I don't want to get your hopes up on homes that are not possible for you. I don't want to waste our time. I don't want you to lose a good market by just playing around in the shallow end. We're ready to go deep. We're ready to find your home after you have completed step 2. So now it's time to get to the fun stuff. Hold on a second. Armed with the information that Brandon gave me, it's time for me to get to work setting up a search for you with the search criterion, the things you've told me about in our conversation, and the money that Brandon has you got to spend. Hate to be crass. We're going to set up your custom search. Okay, so let's pretend. Here are the things that we know based on the search and based on our conversations. We're only looking for homes that are active and coming soon. We don't need to know about closed or that type of thing. We're not doing research on what things are selling for. We're looking for homes for you to purchase. You want 4 bedrooms, but we know that our bare minimum is 3-bedroom homes. I want you to see everything that's available from 3 bedrooms up within your price point. We know based on the conversations and the pre-approval that you're looking for everything, say up to $780,000, frankly. So the max I'm going to put is $750,000. The reason for that is we need room to be able to go over asking price and have some room for you to negotiate. Frankly, I know because I know you're not going to find anything you want remotely in the price point you want under $350,000. So I'm going to put that as a minimum because you don't need to sort through things that are just ridiculous. You know what? Let me show you something. Let me not do that. I want to prove it. Let's do $100,000. No way you're finding that in Mount Juliet. We're going to half acre in size. Now, if we put a minimum of half acre, that's really going to reduce the number of homes that we will see. But let's say that's what you really, really want. I want to show you the difference. So we're looking to a minimum, and I usually don't put a minimum, maximum of 750 single family homes. And I'm going to say we're in Mount Juliet because you want to be in those school districts. Some homes, single family homes in Lebanon are districted for Mount Juliet schools, so we will keep those in there. Because I want you to see everything that's possible, I'm not going to put too many things. I know you want an updated kitchen. I know you want modern. I know you want an awful lot of things, but let's give you everything you can possibly see. And looking at that, there are 32 homes that are actively on the market or coming soon. I'm doing this on a Sunday. That should be that everything pretty much is active. There's just 2 that are coming soon. I guarantee you a couple of these were not available to see until later this week, maybe Friday. But there are approximately 32 to see. So what would happen next is
I'm going to set up with your name this search for you. Every single home is going to be sent to you as they come on the market. So let's pretend you're going to open it up. It comes to you today. You open it up. This house is at Hunters Point Park. Yeah, that's in Lebanon. The lower price homes are going to be in Lebanon. It's $379,000. And you can see the listing. You're going to see the pictures. You're going to see all kinds of information about the house as they are sent to you. And you'll be able to scroll through all the pictures. Based on seeing these pictures, you may pick up the phone next. And that gets us to step number 4.
So now it's time to get to the really fun stuff. We're going to get in the car. Because you're going with me. It's like you're riding shotgun. You're going to see through the windshield the neighborhoods of the homes that you have interest in. So you're going to give me a text or a call and say, hey, we'd love to see one of the homes that is sent to you on that search, because you're going to get new homes every single day that meet your criterion as they come available. Now, it may be coming soon and we can't get into it on Tuesday, but we can on Friday. I'll set up that appointment. I'm going to have you riding shotgun with me via this camera right here and drive through the neighborhood. I'm going to be able to tell you it was a 20-minute drive from Brentwood to get here. It was a 15-minute drive from the downtown area. I can show you on the Google map where I begin and where that home sits. You're going to be with me as if you're with me, seeing the rain, if it happens to be raining, because my windshield wiper's going. But we're going to be together. You're going to see what the traffic's like. You're going to know what it feels like to drive to that community. We're going to drive through that community. You're going to walk with me into that house, and I'm going to count. There are 6 steps up to the front door. There are 14 steps up to that playroom. You're going to know the things. There's 2 steps down here between the living room and the kitchen. That's something that I might want to watch out for. There's a lot of things that I will point out that you might not even think about. You can tell me, because we're doing this as a FaceTime. You can ask me questions. You can say, turn around, go back. How many burners was that? Was that a gas cooktop? Or you get it. You get the point. We can spend as much time as you want going through that home, seeing it step by step. You're going to see the neighborhood. We're going to walk outside. You're going to say, hey, do you hear traffic noise? We're going to go outside. Going to let you listen. It's as good as being there, because here's why you can't jump on a plane and get here in all probability. Now, if you live here, great. If you happen to be here visiting, fabulous. If you come to visit, by the way, as an aside, plan on coming, say, Monday early in the week. Maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You can learn and drive the communities. You may not know whether you want to be Mount Juliet or Franklin or Thompson Station or Nolensville or Dixon, or you get the point. But when you come a couple days early, even if the homes are not available to see, I can promise you the difference you'll see in one area versus another will have you know instantly, okay, that's really not our place. Yeah, you're right. I just think it's too rural, or it's too far from the Sam's Club, or it's too close to the Sam's Club, or whatever. You're going to know when you spend some time in each community. So explore a little bit. Spend the time, get an Airbnb, get a hotel in the place closest to the community we think you're going to want to be in. Then spend some time driving around, seeing the sights. But when we're together, when we can see those homes, we're either going together to walk through the homes or virtually. I'm going to get you into that home. You don't have the time, in all probability, to get on an airplane and get here. Because remember, coming soon, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, probably Thursday. First showing is going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Deadlines for offer Sunday afternoon. If you don't even know what neighborhood you really like because you haven't been here yet, you're going to feel really hard pressed and won't even know, yeah, this is something that would be perfect for me and my family. So I'm going to take you, we're going to walk through, we're going to go through, we're going to walk through step by step. You're going to visually see everything and stop and ask me all kinds of questions, because you're going to visit that home, see it, and know enough to be able to make offers. Probably 80% of the homes that I've sold last year and already this year, every one of them have been seen, sight unseen, physically with their own eyes. but they knew enough about the area, they've learned enough through our searches, and they felt comfortable enough with our drive-thrus and the talking to make offers. Then we get to the next step. Good grief. Real estate is so simple in comparison to lighting. How do they do this? Step 5, we're going to write an offer. We're going to write that offer with all the nuances that need to go into it. Here's what happens here in Tennessee. May be different in your area. That's why you need to know. When you have a situation like ours where it's still completely a seller's market, and if you're watching this 3 years from now, it may be different. Today, February 2022, and all of last year, 2021, homes come on the market, coming soon. All offers due on particular day and time. If you don't make that day and time, you don't get an offer even looked at. All the offers will be presented to the seller at the same time. They may have 2, they may have 1, they may have 32. They look at all the offers at the same time. In those offers is everything, not just the price offered, but is there a loan? What is the amount of loan? Is it a cash sale? Then you have to show your proof of funds, pre-approval letters. When do you want to close? When is the possession date going to be? How much earnest money is there? Pass-fail inspections. Pass-fail inspection versus when is the inspection going to be done deadline, and when is the resolution for that inspection have to be done? Every single nuance that is important in a contract must be negotiated at this point. Something else that people are always confused about. If there are several offers on the table, the seller will not counter one offer and hold the rest. All of them are seen at the very same time. All of them are looked at the very same time. One can be accepted and the rest have to be rejected. No, hopefully they'll be nice about it and say, thank you so much. We really appreciate your offer, but we accepted another one. Or one might be countered and all the rest at the same time get a notification that we have countered one offer, we have not countered yours. That doesn't mean that you can't come in and change your offer, give them a better offer, and they may withdraw the first one. There's a lot to it, I promise you. But in general, one is accepted and the others are rejected. And you know what? Not once has it happened that I can ever think of. Not once has it happened that my buyer had a rejected offer and that was the first and best and by far best home for them, and they've always regretted it. Every single time, as it turns out, they end up with the home that's best for them. And for various reasons, they always say, you know, thank goodness we didn't get that house on Dahlia. Thank goodness we didn't get that house on Appian, because this is so much better because of the backyard or for whatever reason. So it's heartbreaking for you and for me who represents you. And frankly, after this whole process, I can promise you, we all know each other pretty well. It's heartbreaking, but the right home will come along. But that's how it works. You then, if our offer is accepted, and maybe you made it from Beverly Hills, your offer is accepted, then during the inspection period, I don't suggest anybody do waive inspections. People are doing that here, but I don't suggest that. I suggest we do them as a pass-fail inspection for many homes. It just depends on the home. It depends on the person. But an inspection is like an owner's manual. If you're coming from California, where I hear they have problems with rats, you don't know about radon. I've found that people who are from some other areas don't know about termites and some of the things that you need to look for. So it's an owner's manual for you in owning a home here in Tennessee and some of our situations, climates, that's just different from where you're from. So getting a basic owner's manual of the home is important, and that's what a pass-fail inspection might do for you. You have the time period to do the inspection that's specified in the contract. Also, we have a time period for resolution, which is also in that contract. Deadlines must be met or you are in default on your contract. So it's up to me and my team to make sure we keep everything in line as we said we would in our contract. Earnest money also is not given with the offer, but there's a time period in which earnest money has to be wired to a title company or who they recommend. During that inspection period, then if it's 5 to 7 days, you've got time to hop on a plane and come be here for the inspection, walk through, be there a part of it, take measurements, do whatever you want to do during that inspection period while the inspector is there. You've got several hours. If you can't be here, that also is okay. If you can't be here, the inspector will do his inspection. It'll take several hours. That will be contracted for, and then they will send you a full report. It's about a 30 to 60 page report with all kinds of pictures and explanations and descriptions of what they're seeing in each section. It's looking at heating and cooling and foundation and doors and door jambs and paint and roofing and fascia, all the things of a home. This is an important owner's manual for you. I don't think anybody should skip that, but that does give you the time to get here, physically get here, be here for the inspection, be here for the walkthrough of that home. If you haven't seen it face to face, that's our process. It's not overly complicated. There's just a lot of steps to it and a lot of time periods to it. But as you can see, it really is actually a simple process if you follow the steps and the strategy. So there you got it. Now, remember, wash, repeat. Same strategy over and over again. Your next step, call me, email, text. Susan, I'm thinking about coming to Tennessee. Can we talk for 30 minutes Tuesday or Wednesday? That's as simple as it is. Subscribe to this show. Keep learning more about different areas of the city, and I look forward to talking to you next week.